I bet you didn't know how to use a reverb correctly. There are two knobs that I want you to focus on, which is the dry wet and the decay. So this is Ableton stock reverb. I want you to focus on the dry wet and the decay. The way that I want you to think of dry wet is how close or how far an instrument is to the listener. And for the decay is how big or small the space is. What if I want an instrument that's close to us, but in a big space? So we have the dry wet here, and I want the object or the instrument to be close to us, so I'm gonna lower the dry wet. Then with the decay, I want this to be in a big space. So let's go for a high value. Let's say 5 seconds. So the object is pretty close to us, but in a large space. Let's do another example where the object or instrument is far from us in a big space. That's not really opposite, but you know, at least it's far away from us. So let's put the dry wet, let's get really exaggerated here. So let's say around like 70%, and it's in a big space. So the instrument is pretty washed out, you know, it's pretty far from us, so we don't really get the details of the instrument itself. Let's do one more example where the instrument is far from us, but in a small space, like, you know, like a bathroom. So we'll keep the dry wet as is, pretty far from us, and then the decay, let's shorten this up to something that's pretty small. So the object is pretty far from us, but the room is so small that it's probably no more than a couple feet away from us. So there's not much ambience or effect within this setting. All right, I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.